If you know someone born in the 70s, your parents, older cousins, that one coworker who always says, back in my day, yeah, they're built different. Let's break down why. The no-option survival mode era. If you grew up in the 1970s, your whole childhood was like, figure it out or get left behind. No Google, no helicopter parents, no phones tracking your every step. You messed up, you learned from it, you fell off your bike, you walked it off, maybe grabbed an ice pack, maybe not. This built a generation that's tough, practical, and not afraid of discomfort. Psychologists call it high resilience conditioning. The independence mindset. See, 1970s. Kids didn't grow up with someone asking every 5 minutes, are you okay? Do you need anything? Their parents were like, be home before the streetlights come on. That's it. That was the whole instruction manual. So what happened? They developed strong problem-solving skills, high self-reliance, comfort being alone, zero tendency to overshare. A 1970s kid doesn't need validation. They don't need applause. They just get stuff done. Low drama, emotional style. Here's the wild part. People raised in the 70s deal with emotions completely differently than Gen Z or millennials. They don't do drama. They don't do chaos. And they definitely don't do cryptic Instagram stories. Back then, if someone had a problem with you, they said it to your face. Not in a text, not subtweeted, straight up. Hey man, cut it out. Psychology calls this direct communication and conflict efficiency. But 1970s, people just call it being normal. The pretext social skills, superpower. Before smartphones, before social media, before filters, you had to talk to people, face to face, real eye contact, real conversations. You couldn't just ghost someone. You had to physically avoid them. And because of that, 1970s kids grew up with stronger social intuition, better reading of body language, more authentic friendships, a natural BS detector. You couldn't fake personality in the 70s. People knew who you really were. The work ethic blueprint. People raised in the 70s, they work. Like seriously. They don't play around. Why? Because they grew up watching parents who worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs and still made time for family dinners. So they developed consistency, reliability, no excuse mentality, long-term thinking. They don't expect instant results. They know things take time, and that patience gives them a huge advantage today. The no-nonsense personality, here's the part everyone notices. They're straightforward, honest, zero fluff. A 1970s person will tell you the truth even if you don't want to hear it. Not to be rude, but because they value reality over sugarcoating. They grew up in a time when feelings were important, but they weren't the center of the universe. So they learned emotional control, calmness under pressure, and keeping things in perspective. The biggest secret, the psychology of the 1970s generation can be summed up like this. Life doesn't owe you anything, but if you work hard, stay sharp, and keep your circle solid, you'll be all right. They don't brag. They don't chase attention. They don't need online approval. They're the type who grow in silence and let their success make the noise. So if you know someone who grew up in the 1970s, give them some respect. They've got a mindset a lot of us could learn from. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, drop a comment saying 70s, and subscribe for more psychology and generational breakdowns. See you in the next one.